nursery box is something I have to be careful with because the babies are so tiny, but you do have to keep up with it because you usually feed them a couple times a day in the beginning. And this small box can get out of balance pretty fast and be toxic to little fish like this really easily. So I thought I'd share one of the ways I take care of that when I don't want to do a total clean and lose my good bacteria either. First, I'm going to take care of some of this algae, though, with a soft sponge before it gets out of control. But how much you clean is totally up to you. I don't wipe down the whole thing because I want to keep my good bacteria, so I just do a gentle spot check. Then I go ahead and carefully remove the rocks because I don't want them to get knocked around and accidentally squish anybody. And here is how I vacuum the bottom of the box. I actually use airline tubing. I get a couple of rubber bands and attach it to a stick, and you'll see why in a second, but I use this acrylic plant stake that I like to call my magic wand, but you could use a chopstick or just whatever you have on hand. And now I could just let the water flow into the tub or a sink, but you definitely want to use a bucket in this case to catch anyone who goes for a ride. So here's the advantage of using the stick. You could do it without, but it looks like this. You just struggle. So I find it's much easier and more effective to just take that extra second and attach something. And they are just so hard to see to clean around because they just get so curious and they're just not very bright, bless their little hearts. And that's why you need the bucket. I don't usually catch this many, but reaching around the camera made it a little harder to see to avoid them. But no worries, we'll just add our clean water and then put our stowaways back. And I went ahead and carefully removed some of the water because there are these little spaces on the edge of these boxes where the water will leak out, and it's also just big enough for a baby to get stuck in there when the water level evaporates, and just trust me. So I'll go ahead and add a couple drops of water conditioner, and if you want to, depending on how much water you take out, you might want to add some bacteria back in, but that's optional. And I just happen to have a little aquarium salt ready that I was about to put in the bigger tank, so I just added a touch of that too, but that's definitely not required. So hopefully that was helpful to see how I do a very careful vacuum in a very small space. These guys will stay in here for about a month or so, and then I'll move them to my 3.5 gallon grow out tank where they can have a little more room and a filter and still not have to compete for food with the big guys yet. So if you want to see that tank, I'll leave a link at the end so you can keep following the journey.